I'm a workaholic, so I spend a lot of time at work. When we started back in the day, most of the first folks that I spoke to didn't believe in the product.
What's that one industry buzzword you think is complete nonsense?
Creator-led brands.
What are some of the key things that someone needs to keep in mind when starting a business with, a close friend or a family member?
What is that one advice that you would give any young entrepreneur trying to raise their first round of capital?
It's one app you use way too much and you can't quit using it.
Influencer marketing as a core strategy.
See, we entrepreneurs are crazy people, right?
Welcome to a brand new episode of The Playbook, where we learn the rules of building from the top players in business. Today we're joined by somebody who turned personal obsession into public revolution. Taran Chhabra, founder of Neeman's, didn't come from the world of fashion or manufacturing. Neeman's is a multi-million-dollar brand with 120 plus styles, sustainability at its core, and millions of pairs sold. And they did that without a single celebrity ambassador. Taran and his co-founder have built Neeman's with bold materials, big bets, and a belief that comfort and conscious don't have to be opposites. In this episode, we talk about the real challenges of building in India, the long game of legacy over exits, and why Neeman is going offline while everyone else is staying online. And a lot more. So let's get into it. Hi, welcome to The Playbook. So before we get serious, let's talk about play. In a founder's life, it's all about hustle. So how do you personally recharge, and what does fun look like to you?
So for me, recharging is spending time with my kids, right? I'm a workaholic, so I spend a lot of time at work. I'd love to stay off for a bit, but I think I continuously keep thinking about work all the time. But when I'm at home and I'm playing cricket with my kids, gets me some time off work and takes my mind off it for a bit. So,
So if we win, we get two free pairs of shoes.
If we win, then they will do some advertising and modeling for Neeman.
For Neeman's. Yeah. We be model for Neeman. Awesome. So, this is something that we've all heard about, that India is a pretty price-sensitive market and expensive doesn't really sell. What has your experience been like, especially, and how do you convince users to buy ₹3,000 to 5,000 rupees worth of shoes?
So India is a very value-centric market from my perception, right? And we think about the choices that we make. So we really go deep into the brands that we spot, we speak about, or we tend to choose for ourselves, right? So we'll go extremely deep before choosing the right product. So for us, along with cracking the right product, the right material, the right price was extremely important to build a very large brand in the coming years, right? Hence, we've targeted around the sweet spot of 2,000, where we feel the volume would explode, and just the right price point where there's not a lot of competition from an Indian brand perception today, right? So today our sweet spot is 2 grand.
Yeah.
That's where most of our products sit.
That was a very nice shot, though.
Nice striker show.
So going a few years back, when was that early sign that you really saw something in Neeman's and that you knew that it was going to be big?
See, we entrepreneurs are crazy people, right? When we started back in the day, most of the first folks that I spoke to didn't believe in the product. Me and Amar kept believing that the opportunity in India is massive. In a country that's so large, there hasn't been a new age brand that has been created over the last 2 decades. So right from day one, I think we believed in the opportunity. We could create footwear out of nothing. And we kept hustling. It may sound cliche, but I think we believed right from day one that we'll want to end up creating one of the top brands that India has seen over the next course of 10, 15, 20 years. Doesn't matter how long it takes, but we want to be standing to build it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, does your job include tech? Like, do you do the tech side? Or mostly just business itself?
Yeah, so I do play a part in guiding the team, but I'm not directly involved in the tech today.
Okay.
In a fashion and lifestyle brand, I'm really inquisitive to know, how do you use data, consumer insights to actually fuel such a huge pool of users?
Now, everything that we create is driven by market insights, right? It's driven by the consumer profile that we're going after, right? The consumer demographic, the kind of interests, the kind of choices that our consumers make, the kind of pain points that they have, right? So we garner all the market insight about the product, the category, the price point that we're going after. Where does the product fit in the consumer's lifestyle? Then a product market fit is created before we design the product. Right now, my background is data. Right, I've done data analytics, predictive analytics, building huge warehouses for a living back in the US for about 10 years. So I truly understand the value of looking at data at scale. Right, while we started, I think the research was a lot segmented. We were so small back in the day. But today, when we are going after certain categories, certain consumers, certain products, it's a lot more detail oriented. There is a method to madness in terms of the opportunity that we're going after, right? So we make a pretty detailed analysis of the time that we are going to be spending in and the revenue that that category is going to get to us or give us over the next several 4 or 5 years is how we look at it. And then post launching the product, we look at the trends, we look at what's worked, why it's worked, why consumers have opted for it. If they have not opted, what's the reason for it? And we take all these learnings in the next set of products that we go after.
Fair enough.
That's amazing. It sounds like you've got a really great understanding about your customer base, but you've also had, a great relationship with your co-founder, your brother, Amar. But not everyone has, that sort of great relationship and a great way to interact. What are some of the key things that someone needs to keep in mind when starting a business with, a close friend or a family?
So, back in the day when I was in the US, I used to brainstorm a bunch of different ideas with Amar every weekend, right? So right from the outset, I think both of us knew our strengths, our weaknesses, our responsibilities were very clear from day one. So we knew what Amar is good at, right? And both of us knew what I am good at.
Right.
And we trusted each other's decisions in running that department right from the outset. And this is extremely important for anybody starting a business, right? You got to understand your co-founder and be able to delegate and trust their judgment. You're going to have a difference of opinion for sure. But at that point in time, you should trust your co-founder's decision to say, he's taken the decision and you stand by it. Some decisions will go in your favor, some don't. But businesses are built on great experiences and a bunch of failures that come along, right?
Hey, looks good, Rio.
Nice try.
Okay, say it.
I think that's amazing. When looking at Neeman's, you've been innovating the product from the very start. You've always tried new materials like cork, Meander wool, recycled plastic. How do you balance storytelling with actual material innovation?
See, we started with, or we focus on product differentiation a lot, right? Our whole thesis is we are creating shoes that are good for you and great for the planet. So right from day one, we started looking at materials that are great from a consumer perspective, but have a very deep story behind them, right? Now, let's look at recycled plastic bottles, right? Plastic is such a massive problem that we all are combating with. We don't have a solution. We can't stop plastic consumption. So we said, how could we take the plastic that is already produced and give it a new form? Use all of that waste into an actual product, right? So the whole thesis of the product started with that innovation, with that differentiation, with that idea. So this plus the product is extremely comfortable. So we have balanced the core thesis of the business, which is material innovation, sustainability, and solving for an extremely great product which sells at the right price point, which is durable, which is comfortable, which is stylish. Clubbing both of this has been extremely important for us. So we don't look at this in silos. We don't look at a material and say this is only for storytelling, right? We don't pick such products. We pick materials that are going to be great for the environment and for the customer both. In the end, this is a business that has to make sense. It's not a social enterprise. So we sell product for a living. So if the product is great, it's comfortable, then you'll talk about it.
So often founders at the early stages really have to wear a lot of hats. Could you tell me about some of the really fun or unexpected memories that you have during the times you've had to do some of the odd jobs at Neeman?
In the hindsight, like you rightly said, you're doing everything, right, as a founder. And we've loved to the core. I still remember back in the day, I was in New Jersey and we were testing the product. We were ready for launch. And I had moved back to India. So all the photo shoots that happened in the US. I didn't have a lot of money, so I was the model. Didn't have changing rooms, so I used to change in parks in front of everybody. And created the videos myself, created the website myself, did all of this ground up. And even when we got the first ever shipment from China, the shipment came so late that we didn't want to pay people overtime. So we took down thousands of boxes ourselves and laid it down in the entire warehouse. We used to call consumers in the first few months. So we used to call everybody who's ordering the product. We used to ask them why they bought it. And if somebody had come to the website and dropped, we used to call them to say why they dropped off. So right from feedback calling to abandoned calling to review calling, all of this we used to do. Even to cleaning offices in the first couple of months, right? So love it.
True dedication.
Yeah.
Come with.
All right, I'm going. I'm pushing.
In one interview, you said that you're not building to exit, but you're building for the next 100 years. We've seen this mindset in many family-run businesses in India. What is the importance of legacy thinking to you?
So Neeman's is named after our parents, right? Neelam is our mother and Manjeet is our father, right? Now, Neeman's is started by me and Amar. Both of us are brothers, but we want to run it like a corporate, right? So it's something that means a lot for both of us and our entire family. So that's the reason I said that we're not building for an exit. We're not building for a quick buck. We believe brands are built over 10s, 20s, and 30 years, right? And we want to give Neeman's that much time and want to see it as one of the largest brands that India has seen, right? So it just showcases the amount of trust that we have in ourselves, in the products, and the journey that we are taking, right? And for our family, whenever we see somebody wearing Neeman's, anybody from our family or even all our customers, right? Our team goes up to them, takes feedback, asks them why they bought the shoe, from where did they buy the shoe, right? So just the amount of ownership that we have in building the business is extremely deep. And that's how we want to continue building it over the next several decades.
Absolutely. And while we've been in India running our own D2C ventures, we've met with a lot of suppliers, a lot of manufacturers. And I'm sure you've spent a lot of time on product, understanding footwear industry, and even for that matter, with, going to a lot of manufacturers. For someone with very limited resources, how should they navigate and in finding and working with a lot of manufacturers?
So I think the first thing is try and narrow down your resource pool, right? it's not about going to 100 people. Try to go to top 10 people, right? Do a small PMF with them. Out of those 10, look at 2 and spend time with those 2. Creating the right product takes time. It requires commitment from both the sources. So see if the other party is equally interested in you, right? And choose the right supplier basis the scale that you're going after. For example, the day we started, we did not go to manufacturers who make for Nikes, Adidas, and Pumas of the world, because their MOQs are going to be so large that they're never going to be interested in a niche startup. So there is a mismatch.
Yeah.
They don't need us. We need them. Now, both the parties should be equally vested in the relationship. So connect with somebody who works with startups, who's willing to experiment, who's willing to work with you for months and years to build the right product. Once you crack the right product, then that sourcing could be moved once the business scales up to a different scaled unit. For example, we had very different suppliers during our first 2-3 years, right? And now we are very different because the processes are different, the systems are different, and our bandwidth is different. Today, our quantities are large enough that we could cater to any factory, right? And we've cracked the entire material supply chain. So I can hand over these materials, these supply chains to any established unit with very deep systems and start off. But this wasn't possible in the first 6 months, 8 months, the first year or 2 years. So knowing the supplier well, knowing what you're building is extremely important, and then choose the right supplier is how I look at it.
So that's some great insight.
Go, let's go, Taran. Let's go, Tria. Hoppa.
That looks good.
So today we see a lot of innovation and accessibility, especially in tech and AI. What are some practical ways that someone starting out can utilize these tools to create a strong D2C strategy?
I think these AI tools have come a long way, right? You're able to, there was so much dependency back in the day in photo shoots, video shoots, in cracking the right creative so that the advertisement or the channel could scale. So that meant we were brainstorming on the right background, the right font, the right creative, the right narrative. But today all of that is gone. You could just create products over white backgrounds, upload it on these AI libraries, right? And you could build statics, creatives, right? All kinds of videos without having to go to a single photo shoot or a video shoot. So this means all that process has kind of gone away. And it's made it even more accessible, affordable to start a business.
For sure.
Today, we have AI plugged into our consumer journeys, right? Consumers could interact with our AI tools, get all the questions answered on when they're getting the product, how to exchange a product, how to return a product, how to choose the right product. All of this is done via AI engines today on our website. So all of this journey that was done manually or was so people dependent is kind of now being done by tech or AI. So for us, it's a step in the right direction, right? Because we aren't spending time on a lot of time in photo shoots and video shoots like we used to spend back in the day. It's not fully baked. I think there's still a lot of improvements that can be done, but there are some real decent signs that these tools could be used at scale as well.
It's definitely come a long way.
Yeah, of course.
In fact, the research has become very easy as well for new age founders to understand the industry, go deep into it, whether you should get into it or no as well. So it's come a long way, as you said.
Absolutely. I think
Definitely.
research, competition mapping, category understanding, product building, manufacturing. A lot of this information is now available at fingertips. That was stuck in search engines or even no search engines back in the day, right? I still remember I was looking for a library to find the top footwear manufacturers in different parts of the world. Didn't find it 7 years ago.
Yes.
Didn't, right? But today it's a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It was it was very light for
Yeah.
her. And she's swinging her arms to the neck.
I find the lane kind of has a bias.
Yes. It's about like having a celebrity brand ambassador. Unlike most competitors, Neeman does not choose to have a celebrity brand ambassador or one specific one. Is there a choice?
So we are a digital first brand, right? Back in the day, we've came up with a very unique idea of using cricketers, digital first celebrities for a very short period in time. We innovated and we started working with a series of celebrities for a very short period, like 2 months, 3 months. And we started using them to get huge spikes in traffic. We made a decent use of it and we felt that it worked in bits and pieces. But today we feel people buy the product, people buy the problem that you're solving. And hence we've stayed away from the celebrity for the last couple of years, right? We focused a lot on product differentiation, product innovation, and reaching the consumer via the right sources today. So celebrity is not in our mix today, but needless to say that it might come out in the next 6-8 months or a year. It doesn't stop us to work with some of the largest names in the country. We haven't done it in the last 12 months, but we are coming up with something very soon.
So excited to see that.
Oh, yes.
You-
I have one follow up also really quick.
Sure.
That's okay. What about influencer marketing? Have you guys tapped into the creator economy or what?
Or we have. In fact, we feel creators, are an extremely strong way of influencing people. The content that the influencers create today is going extremely deep and resonating with a lot of consumers. So we do have a deep influencer strategy that our branding team focuses on to connect with our consumer TG today.
Nice. Awesome to hear.
That looks good. That's so good. Nice shot.
And as you mentioned previously, that Neeman's is like a digital first, was a digital first brand, but now I see that Neeman's is scaling offline. What made you decide to convert from a digital first to now retail stores?
It's an evolution, right? Footwear buying is an experience. And what I tell my team is India is a low trust market, right? And all of us here want to try the product, want to experience the product before backing a brand, before backing a certain product. And what better to try the product in a physical store, be it in a mall or in a high street. And even though digital first channels have scaled extensively in India today in footwear, but still only 20 to 25% of shopping or footwear shopping happens digitally today. That means massive market is offline. And now with the brand having certain awareness, brand having a strong share of voice digitally, we wanted to take it across top locations in India and make the product accessible. So we have about 18 physical stores today. We are planning to open 50 more stores in this financial year.
Wow.
Congratulations.
As we all are young entrepreneurs here, what is that one advice that you would give any young entrepreneur trying to raise their first round of capital?
So, see, fundraising is a very interesting journey, right? Now, we heard 77 no's before hearing the first yes, right? Every investor that we went to during the first 20 to 30 pitches asked us not to start Neeman's, right? Told us India does not require a brand with these kind of materials, right? People don't look at material differentiation. Nobody would care about your product. But we kept going, we kept hustling, we believed in the opportunity and we didn't stop. So I think all you require is one yes, all right? So keep striving towards that, yes. And all it required is just one person to say, yes, I'll back you. So, yeah. Or the smarter way would be to build businesses that don't require a lot of capital, right? They get fueled by your customers' capital. I think that for me would be the smartest way to go about it, right? Build money from the customer's wallet. When they pay for your product, use all that money in building your business. That's the smartest way to go about it.
Really investing, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go, Taran!
Nice.
Wow. Well, that's an amazing journey. But you're really competing against global giants in the shoe industry. And what's your long-term strategy for really standing out amongst the crowd?
So we exist because of our product, right? And we want to continue focusing on product innovation, product differentiation, and product storytelling. We feel our agility in all these three aspects differentiates us from all the large scale brands out there, right? And something that we do is we don't worry about the competition much, right? We tend to focus on what we do and how we do and just keep building. There's no winner take it all. We don't want to be the only footwear brand in a consumer's wardrobe. We don't think that is possible. All we want is consumer to have one Neeman's pair. We'd love it when you have 3, 4, and 5. That's the standard, right? But all we want is a larger portion of India to have one pair of Neemans, and will become massive. So we are not beating the likes of all the global brands, right? We don't intend to.
Just focusing on what you can do well and executing as much as you can.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Awesome. Okay, now to a little funner section. We're gonna start up Tinder. So you're either gonna swipe left or swipe right.
Okay.
We're gonna throw some different startup trends, and you say swipe left, which is you're not into it, or swipe right, which is you're into it. So yes.
So left is into it or left is not into it?
Left is not into
Sorry, I'm not good at Tinder.
it. Left is not into it, and then swipe right is into it.
Okay.
And then if you really, really like it, you're gonna say super like.
Super like.
Yeah, as if it's really good.
Okay.
First,
I'll try hard to not make a mistake at this one.
yes, no worries. You always correct it. Okay. First one is AI for mental health.
Swipe left.
Okay. Next one is 10-minute delivery.
Swipe right.
Founder with no tech background.
Swipe left.
Okay. Creator-led brands.
Swipe left.
Blockchain and footwear supply chain.
Swipe right.
Remote first teams.
Swipe left.
Influencer marketing as a core strategy.
Super like.
Hyper-local community-driven e-commerce.
Super like.
Footwear subscription model.
Swipe left.
Okay, awesome. That was all for Tinder.
That was pretty interesting.
That was too straight. That was just too straight.
They're reading the game.
The comeback is on.
And up next, me and Brennan have a segment for you, which is like a rapid fire.
Sure.
So we'll go quickly one-on-one, and you have to answer as quick as you can.
Okay.
All right. First question. What are the last 3 emails or WhatsApp messages that you've received? If you could share with us.
So a lot of them were about my calendar planning, about an upcoming shoot, an upcoming launch, upcoming product that we're going after. A lot of communication happened around that phase.
That's great. No spoilers, I guess.
No.
What's that one industry buzzword you think is complete nonsense?
Creator-led brands.
All right. What's one app you use way too much and you can't quit using it?
Instagram.
Good one.
Guilty as charged. What's the most brutally honest feedback you've ever received about needles?
There have been a series of feedbacks that we've focused upon, right? Back in the day now, the material that we launched with was a very, very soft, very, very delicate and very, very luxurious material. So one of the customers received the product and said that this will tear apart in a month or tear apart in 2 months, right? It's not going to hold. This is not even fit to be in a footwear, right? So our honest answer to the customer was, why don't you wear the product? Even after a year, if it tears apart, you call us, we'll take it back.
Wow.
We were so confident of the product that we're getting into. In fact, we have a no returns questions policy back in the day, right? Wherein you could use the product extensively, and if you didn't like it, you could send it back and we'll still give you a new pair. We don't do that today, but yeah.
I'm guessing she never called back.
So she didn't.
All right. So what's the most expensive thing that you've purchased in the last 6 months that made zero business sense?
I don't tend to go after a lot of expensive products. I'm not a brand freak. But I still remember the day when my wife gifted me a Gucci shoes, right? I immediately after getting the gift, I asked her if I could return it, right, and get something else.
Get the good shoes. Yeah.
So this was before we started Neeman's. This was when we were in the US. It was our anniversary, and she was so excited to buy me something, and she got me a Gucci shoes, right? The moment I looked at the receipt, I said, "Oh my God, this is so freaking expensive." And I asked her if I could return it, and to my horrific surprise, it had a no return policy. And Gucci, this is the only shoe I have today apart from Neeman's.
Maybe that was the inspiration for starting Neeman's.
Okay, what's the craziest thing you've done to close a deal?
We've done several, like I was just saying.
Yeah.
I've pitched people in bars, in restaurants, in airports, in flights. I've gone to their homes. I've delivered shoes. I've done it all.
You said that you sit outside someone's office
I-
for a few hours waiting for them.
Yeah.
Did it go well after?
I got time from them, so I think I went well, right? Yeah. So in the end, if people hear what you're saying now, I do marketing for a living. I pitch products for a living, right? And we sell products for a living. So if you get face time with the consumer or the investor or the person who you're pitching to, it's an opportunity.
All right. What's a startup that you would be an investor in, but not necessarily a customer in?
Robotics.
Interesting.
Um,
Why is that?
I think I truly believe in robotics replacing a lot of manpower that is being handled in a lot of warehousing, supply chain systems. So today, given the opportunity, the cost to get into these startups would be a lot easier. So I think I'll get into some of these startups today. But I truly believe in the opportunity. So today I'm not a customer, but I'm an investor in some of those technologies.
Sounds like a pretty good plan.
What's the weirdest customer interaction you've ever had? Something you can't ever forget?
So there've been a series of customers who've had 5, 7, 10 products of ours, right? And they're so finicky that they'll message you at any point in time, right? Now, my WhatsApp number was the number that was floated on the website. And there's one fine customer who'd message at any point in time whenever we launch a product at even midnight and say, send me this by tomorrow morning. We're like, okay, it takes time, hold on. He said, no, I want it in the next 6 hours and 8 hours. This was not the time when Swiggy's and Zomatos were delivering in 10 minutes or even the Blinkits of the world. So some customers have their own methods of connecting with the brands that they love, right? And they feel they're so involved in the product that they want to give you a lot of feedback. They want to be very closely associated. So yeah, we had some very unique interactions along these lines.
Yeah. How long did it actually take you to get the shoes to that customer, if you did?
It's about 2 days. Today you could ship it anywhere across the country in 2 days. So yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
all right.
All right, perfect. Let's do a closing remarks. So, thank you so much, Taran, for your time.
Yeah.
We truly enjoyed playing the game with you. Winning.
You know what? We did a great job too.
Hope to get our shoes in 2 days. And it was truly a pleasure interacting with you. Love the customer, thought that you have and the product investment that you've done throughout Neeman's, which is really inspirational. So thank you so much once again.
And thank you so much for telling us your story as well too. It's a really humble story, but an incredible journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. All of you are building some great brands, and wishing you guys all the best in your journey. And if there's any way I could help, please let me meet.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And next time we see you, we'll sing for the wall.
Yep.
Absolutely, let's do that. Hi everybody, this is Taran Chhabra. I'm one among the founders of Neeman's. We build exceptionally comfortable footwear. If you like some amazing content, you're an aspiring entrepreneur, please stay tuned to Playbook. And come on and subscribe to this channel and listen in, and also get a pair from Neeman's.
Shop Neeman's.